What's up, wrestling fans? This is Bird Gang 114, and today we're going to talk about WrestleMania 36 and whether we think it should be canceled. And we think
No,
no. We think
but
it should be
postpone.
postponed. There's no way that they should be doing it on schedule because people are dropping out like flies due to the coronavirus, and I think it's the right thing for these people not to wrestle if they have any reason not to. Like, there's supposed to be a Roman Reigns match versus Goldberg, and Roman pulled out. And Cam, you know why the reason is, right?
Just because he had leukemia at first and he got a better chance of kind of catching
The
the
virus.
virus.
And the reason he could catch it is because they're not saying the Miz has it, but the Miz showed up to the taping and he was feeling sick. So Roman didn't want to take any chances, and I don't blame him because he is one of the most type of people who'd be the most susceptible to getting it. So why take any chances? I don't blame him for not doing it all. And that whole thing with Miz coming in sick, that means the Miz Morrison match versus the Usos versus the New Day in a ladder match had to be canceled. And from what we understand, what's the match now, Cameron?
Well, it's going to be, for a rumor so far, we've been hearing it's Morrison versus one of the Usos in a ladder match.
So it's still.
So my first question is, where's the New Day? It should be Kofi in there, right?
Yeah.
But whatever. But now it's going to feel kind of weird of half of a Uso tag team match.
But once again, it's
Morrison.
because the Miz is sick and they're taking no chances, and I don't blame them. Another match that got messed up was Bobby Lashley versus Aleister Black, where Bobby Lashley was promoting the WWE in South Africa, and he came in, and they don't want. He's traveled, so he has to have a 2-week quarantine before he can do a match. So supposedly that's not happening either, and I don't blame him either because you may not show symptoms, and you have it, and you could spread it to all these other people. So I don't blame them doing that either.
Also, Andrade is out as well for the tag team match.
And that has
Him
nothing
and
to do with
Garza.
the virus.
Yeah.
He hurt his ribs on the other day on Raw.
Yep, and it was supposed to be a tag team match for the belt against the Street Profit. And now it's some NXT guy, I think, or 205 guy. It's, what's his name? Austin Theory. I don't know who he is, and I have no clue about him, and they should not even done that. I think they should have at least a wrestler that people know. You know what I'm saying? Someone who people know, at least to be a.
So the whole card is screwed up as it is. Once Roman Reigns pulled out, that screwed it up completely.
Yep.
And I mean, our honest feelings is it should be postponed because when you watch Raw or SmackDown right now with no audience, it's really not the same thing. We're starting to get used to it a little bit.
But
like,
still, it's weird. It's
weird.
not there.
It's not the same. It's like they're just going through motions. It's the fan reaction is not there. Even though we may add we always try to add the reactions at home, like ooh ah, to make it more.
Try to make like a crowd noise.
And then there are wrestlers there that can actually, like Miz and Morrison, who can do a match, and they don't need the audience, and you're still into it because they're into it. Same thing with the Usos. They were great. There's a lot of wrestlers who can, but it's just everybody can't. And it's strange. I understand why, Vince wants it to go on. He doesn't want to screw up the timetable, the storylines, and everything like that. You know how the new year starts. But how you can start the new year wrestling the day after WrestleMania and there's not going to be nobody in the audience? Everyone's going to be like, oh, who gives a shit? Half the people aren't even going to watch. Now, we understand also Vince is taking a chance because there are no sports on TV. There's no action on TV. So everybody who has nothing to do can watch WrestleMania. But the diehards are going to watch because we're not going to miss it. But it's not going to be like a WrestleMania moment or an ooh or an ah where The Rock came out, this came out. I mean, John Cena's out there finding the Fiend, but it's not going to be the same thing anymore. They should have just postponed it. I mean, they could get that stadium anytime they want, probably down the road once everything's cleared, and they could do it. The WrestleMania does not have to be in April.
My question is to you, is it too late to postpone it.
Yes, it's too late.
I think
Unfortunately,
I think it is too. It is too late. I think. But did you hear the match? Who they're going to replace Roman Reigns?
oh, that's right. Roman, it's well, it's a spoiler, but it's supposed to be Braun Strowman, which is still going to be a good match. It's not the same, but it's they should have just waited. And what they're doing with continuing the storyline, instead of continuing the storylines on Raw and SmackDown, which it just doesn't have the oomph and like the whole Randy thing was great, and now they're going to do this match, Randy versus Edge, and with no audience, it's just not going to have the same dynamic. What they should have done is like on Raw, they could have had the best of Raw, and they could have showed previous matches or the best of SmackDown, showed pay-per-view matches, kind of like what they're doing. They could have had the whole Randy and Edge history one day, where they could have showed them as tag teams versus each other, the whole thing leading up. So not everybody's watched it for as long as we haven't seen what happened 10, 12, 15 years ago. But they could have done that. WWE has such an extensive library that right now they should be putting that on TV instead of doing the matches. I know they're doing the best they can. They're keeping us entertained, but believe me, it's not the same thing.
Especially without a main eventer.
That's
the key
that is WrestleMania is supposed to be WrestleMania, so it should have been postponed, and I just think Vince is making a big mistake, and I know he's probably stuck, with the pay-per-view cycles, and he's already prayed for this and that or whatever, but they should have. I mean, they should have just changed it because it's not going to be the same. They could have called it a different pay-per-view and just made it a minor pay-per-view instead of making it WrestleMania.
I'm hoping at least they'll bring some kind of older wrestlers to kind of help the matches at least. Because now there's no way they're going to postpone it.
And now the Hall of Fame and all that.
So I'm hoping like
so all these guys are
right?
getting their awards, and there's not nobody in the audience, no nothing. So what are you gonna get? An award via telephone or via Skype? Come on.
Well, what would you like to see kind of come back to help this pay-per-view? I would say Triple H.
Oh, I'd like to see Triple H in a match. I mean, if they could get anybody, I mean, something.
That would help a little bit.
I know, Triple H show up. They're going to need to do some kind of weird things to get people to be like, But it's too late to cancel. They should have suspended it, but it's too late. I hope you liked the video. If you like us, please subscribe. Leave a comment, and we'll always answer anybody's comment. But thanks a lot for taking the time.